Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn defect life cycle. It is also called as a bug life cycle. So in this video, I am going to show you what is defect, how to find the defect and how to log the defect in the real time. So first we'll see what is defect. So I'll take a login page an example. In login page, we have the username, password and login button. So here user should enter the valid username and valid password. When you click on the login page, user should navigate to the home page. So this is expected. But when user is clicking on the login page after entering the valid credentials, so user is getting the error. So error is saying that invalid credentials. So here we can say that login page functionality is not working as expected because we are expecting here home page, but here we are getting as a error is saying that invalid credentials. So it is not, login page is not working as per the requirement. So this is the bug. So we'll see the actual definition of the bug. So what is bug or defect? So any feature which is not working according to the requirement is called defect. And one more definition we have. So deviation from the requirement specification is called as a bug. Now we'll see the defect life cycle. In defect life cycle, we have the different statuses. So we are going to discuss each and every status in detail. So we have new status, assigned, open, fixed, retest, reopen, verified and closed. So first we'll see who will make the status as a new. So test engineer will find the defect. So test engineer will log in into the defect tracking tool and prepare the defect report. So he will put the status as a new or open. So new or open and both are same. So I'm going to tell you what is the difference. So first we'll see the new. So here test engineers will send the report to the development lead. So here test engineer will make the status as a new. So after that development lead read the report and he will understand the problem. So he will identify the development engineer who has done this mistake. So he will assign work to him. Then development lead will change the status as assigned. He will send the report to the development engineer. So here we have the development lead and development engineer. So here development lead will change the status as assigned. So after that development engineer read the report and he will understand the problem. So he will go to the source code and fix the defect. So here he will change the status is fixed, and after changing the status is fixed, he will send the report to the test engineer as well and keep the CC to the development engineer. So he is not going to sending back to the development lead. He is directly going to the test engineer. So he'll keep the CC as a development lead so that he will get to know what is going. So here development engineer will change the status as a fixed. Then test engineer read the report and he will understand the problem. So he will retest the defect. So whatever he raised the defect, he is going to do the retesting. So here if it is fixed, he will change the status as closed. If it is not, he will change the status as a reopen. And he will send the defect report to the development engineer and he will keep the CC as a development lead. So if the defect is completely fixed, he will close. How many statuses test engineer is going to change? New, fixed, retest, verified and closed. But here development engineer can do only the assigned. So only one he can able to change the status. Remaining all test engineer can only change the statuses. So and also we have some other status. So we'll discuss. So this is the brief explanation of each and every status. So these are the other possible statuses. So from the new we have the rejected, duplicate, deferred, not a bug, cannot reproduce. So we'll discuss each and every one. So first we'll see what is reject. So test engineer will find the defect and send to the development engineer. Now developer says it is not a defect, it's a feature. So in this case, dev will change the status as a rejected status. Next status is duplicate. So we'll see what is duplicate status. So here test engineer finds the defect and communicate to the developer. If the same defect is raised by the someone, so in this case developer will make the status as a duplicate. And the next status is what is defect cannot be fixed. If the test engineers find the defect in the root cause of the product and it's a minor defect and it is not affecting the customer business workflow, then developer will tell so this defect cannot be fixed, so that they are going to fix this defect in the next release. So this is called as a defect cannot be fixed status. So next one is the not a bug. So here test engineers find the defect because test engineer doesn't know whether it is a bug or not. So in this case when he raised the bug, so developer says it is not the bug, it is the expected behavior. So in this case developer will make it as a not a bug status. So the last status is issue cannot reproduce. So here test engineer is able to see the defect but developer is not able to see the defect in his mission. So in this case issue cannot reproduce. So why we get this issue means because of the OS mismatch or because of the browser mismatch or version mismatch also we can find. So we will not get this issue. This is called as a cannot reproduce. So here we can see who changes the statuses. So tester can changes the status as a new, retest, verified, closed and reopened. And developer can change the status as assigned, open, fixed, rejected, defer, duplicate, cannot reproduce. So these are all the statuses in the defect lifecycle. So both tester and developer can change the statuses. So if you go for any interview, so interviewer will ask this question must and should. So they will ask what is defect lifecycle and explain. So what are the questions they might have asked? So explain the complete flow in order. And second question, mention who changes each status. And third question, discuss possible defect states. And fourth question, explain the purpose of the reopen status. And fifth question is highlight the goal of the defect lifecycle. So this is the important question every interviewer going to ask. So if they ask this question, you should explain the each and every status in detail and who will change the each status. So this is all about the defect lifecycle. It's an important interview question. Here we'll see how to find a bug in real time. So before logging a bug, we first need to identify whether it's actually a bug. As a tester, the first step is to understand the requirement or user story. Next, execute the application according to the test cases. Compare the actual result with expected result. If the both are different, so it may be a bug. So before reporting it, verify the issue 2 or 3 times to ensure it's reproducible. So finally, we'll collect the screenshot or screen recording as evidence and prepare log into the defect. So here we'll see the steps to find the bug. So read the requirement document to understand the application what's supposed to do and understand the expected behavior and also execute the test cases. So here after executing the test cases we should compare the expected result with actual result. So if the both are not matching, so we should get the collective evidence and also we should verify the multiple times before logging the bug. Why? Because if we are raising the bug, so if it is working in developer's mission and all, so he will simply close the bug. It's a waste of time only. So before raising any bug, we should verify the multiple times. So if you sure that it is a bug, so we should collect the evidence and all. So we should log the bug in the report. So here finally we found the issue. Means we find the bug. So now we'll see how to log the bug. Once we confirm the issue, we log it into a bug tracking tool as a Jira. So in the Jira, we provide a meaningful summary. So the developer understand the issue quickly. Then we write the clear steps to reproduce the problem. So we will mention the expected result and actual result. Next, we can set the priority and severity. So based on that, based on the business impact. So finally, we will attach the screenshots or videos and assign to the defect to the developer. So based on the screenshots and videos recordings, so developer will easily understand the problem and he will fix the problem is as soon as possible. So and they will give the priority based on the impact, whether it is highly impacting or low level of impacting. So based on this impact, they were going to fix the defect. So this is the Jira application. It is used to logging the bugs to the developers. So this is how we will work in the real software companies. So if you see the first step, so we log in into the Jira dashboard and we'll click on the create button. So after clicking on the create button, so we'll get the one more child page. In the child page, we'll be having the we'll be having the fields project, issue type, summary, priority, team and components. So we should select the project name, and in the second field we have the multiple options called bug, task, everything. So we are going to raise the bug. So we should mention as a bug and summary. For example, we are checking the login page, so login button is not working. As an example, and we should mention as a priority whether it's a critical or major, minor or blocker. So based on the bug we'll mention, and we'll mention the team name and components. What are the components is not working? Here we'll mention as a login page. So after that, see the third step. So we should enter the bug details, means bug description. So here login button is not working. After entering the valid credentials and clicking on the login button, so nothing happening. So after clicking on the login button, we should see the home page, but here we are getting the error. So that is a detailed description we should give so the developer can easily understand. So after that we should mention the URL. What is the URL? So step to reproduce. Open the application, enter the username and password, click on the login page. So these are the details, these are the must and should details we should give. Whenever you will give the proper details, so developer will understand easily, so he can fix easily. So after entering all the details, so we should click on the create. So the bug will create successfully. So here we'll generate the unique ID. So here we'll for your whenever you are creating the bug, so for every bug it will create the unique ID. So based on by using that unique ID, so we can track the status. What is the status of bug? And when here main important thing is the priority. So when we are entering the when we're mentioning the priority, based on the priority, if it is a blocker, it's an emergency, like they have to fix immediately. If it is a critical, they will see. If they have time, they will fix. If the major or minor, they are looking to postpone it. So based on the bug priority, they will fix it. So this is how actually in the real time the logging the bug, finding the bug and all it will works. So this is sample bug report. So till now we logged the bug in the Jira. So after logging the bug, so we will get all these details. So here if you see the fields, bug ID, summary, module, environment, priority, severity, steps to reproduce, expected result, actual result, attachment, assign it to. So here bug ID should be always the unique one, and summary means it's a bug main. By seeing that summary we'll get to know what is the main issue. We'll not get to the in detail. So here login page is not working. That means we'll get to know the main summary. And module, login module, environment, QA environment, it is not working. Then priority is high because user is not able to log in only. So without login we can't do anything. So it's a high. So severity is a critical severity. And steps to reproduce as I mentioned, and expected results. So it should log in into the home page, but actually is working. When we click on the login page, we are not able to navigate into the home page. And we will add the screenshots and we will send to the developers. So this is how in real time it will work. This is all about the bug life cycle. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.